What is up? Once again, this is Diego. We're here with another TV. This one is model number UN39FH5000. It's in the top right corner right here. This is made in 2014, January. We have a situation where we can try to turn it on and there's a black screen. Normally when I get something like that where it's a black screen or something like that, it's usually it'll point to the LEDs, and more so on the lower end. This is a 5000 series, so on the 5000 series that'll be most likely the issue here. Let me set y'all down here. So we're gonna go ahead and troubleshoot it and hopefully fix it. And one of the things that I'm gonna do, I took out the back so everybody knows how to take out the screws here. I like to just plug it in first, and I'm gonna lift this up real quick. I'm gonna plug in the way it's supposed to be here. Give me a sec. These are the LEDs here. Alright. So if I lift this up, once I have it plugged in, we should have a red dot. Sorry. We should have a red dot there. I'm gonna go ahead and press this button to turn it on. You hear the melody, but you don't see anything. Although you do hear something in the background, which is a big thing that it's gonna be most likely LEDs here. Trying to set this up so I can get my flashlight, but we can try to see if there's a picture once we have our flashlight here. It's very hard to tell. Sometimes you can tell there's a picture now. I see the picture there. I see some movement. You may probably not be able to see it, but there is something there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the LEDs here. I'm gonna leave the TV on so we can know that it's on. That's the antenna. So I'm gonna remove the harness here, not touching anything else, but just this. And because I have the means, so I'm gonna go ahead and test it with my LED tester here. This is a little different here, but I was just basically probing each one of them. I believe it tells you here, it should say positive and negative and whatnot. If you follow the little matrix here, you'll be able to tell which is which. For instance, let's see, negative, positive. Let me try this real quick. The first two. No, I see nothing. Let me make sure my power supply is good here. At the same time, I'm also monitoring the voltage going here. Let's try these two. Okay, these are connected because voltage dropped. Let me swap them back. There we go. Alright. You see that little glow on the top right of the camera? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to this as hard as I can. I mean, it's hold on to this with the power going in here, and I'm going to lift the TV up slowly. My antenna reception should come back on. So I have picture now. Very dim, but I do have picture. And the voltage right now is a 19.2. Most likely these are 3-volt LEDs. And 3-volt LEDs. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 volts. It looks like there's some missing. But I can tell in this case, I know that it's going to be the LEDs. I can also, if I really wanted to make sure, you can plug it in. Basically disconnecting this mainboard harness, leave this LEDs plugged in, these LEDs plugged in, plug the power in, and if your LEDs do not come on, most likely there's a short within the LEDs. If your LEDs do come on, then there's a problem with the mainboards itself. Okay, that's when you know that you have power going to the LEDs and there is power coming from the power supply. Now, if you still have like shadow bands and whatnot, then there could be something wrong with the LEDs themselves. But in this case, it's going to be the LEDs. Looks like the circuit is broken or circuit is shorted, and the power supply is not allowing for it to stay on completely. So we're going to be opening it up and most likely changing the LEDs out, either the strips or the LEDs themselves, whatever I have or whatever's easier. Yeah, so stick around. So here's the LEDs, or I'm sorry, the screen taken off already. I don't usually go into that because it's taking out the screen, because it's a little bit time consuming, and I mean they're usually just clips on the side. You take the bezel off first, then the LCD, then the frame that holds the LCD, and then the sheets. So yeah, I have my tester right now. We're gonna test this out, and I know a lot of y'all don't have testers, but it's my investment. You know, it's what I work with. In some cases, you can put like a 12 volt battery, and you can also mix some leads to it or put some wire and test them out from here. Just like the way I'm doing it, but you can have like a 12 volt source, or maybe a little bit higher if possible. In this case, usually these are 3 volts each, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 16, I'm sorry, 15, 18, so you're thinking more like 24 volts if possible. So I'm going to test this now real quick, and right away I see a bunch of these LEDs that are out. Wow. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LEDs out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 6 out of 13 are out. That's huge. Let me try this other one. Wow, these won't even turn on. This one doesn't even turn on. Huh. This one doesn't turn on. I have to find out what's wrong with this one. And once again, that one only has 2 good ones out of the 13. So that is pretty disappointing here, because that's a lot of LEDs to change out. It's not good. So I'm gonna see what I have in stock, and hopefully I can replace them or repair them or do whatever. But yeah. All right. So this is my solution for this this TV. I actually did buying another TV that's in the floor, trashed out. It's actually a 40-inch Vice. This one being a 39-inch, and it was made in the same year. And usually when you have the same year, same similar models, they'll have almost the same LEDs. Now this one is not the case. It's not the case on this one. I actually had to end up modifying this because the other TV also had a lot of LEDs that were out. And this one strip that would not turn on earlier, I replaced it with the other model, and I had to cut out from the sheet itself, so it can fit and so the lens can pop up and whatnot. I know this isn't the correct way to fit, to fix this TV, but this TV is not really worth too much as well. Seeing that all these couple of LEDs were all out as well. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up so y'all can take a look at it and make sure that it works. Whoa. So let's put power to it. Press it down. Alright. So there we have it. Now we still have these LEDs that are out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But we have this whole row back. And this is the row that actually caused it from not starting. I did verify that this row has the same amount of LEDs as the other one does. Which is, I think you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 LEDs, and then the edges are 13. The only thing is their spacing is different. And this is a little bit wider, so I had to cut into the edge of this just to kind of get through it. And I might cut a little bit more. Not too sure yet. But essentially, we are good to go. We can put this TV back together, and we can probably sell it at a discounted rate. Sell it as is. But yeah, hopefully you guys can fix it. I mean, generally I would, I'm gonna say I would, but if I were y'all, I would probably just buy the LED replacements, and then do that. By see if you can buy the whole set, because obviously you have a couple of them that are out. I didn't check how much they were, but I just don't want to wait either. But yeah, I would replace them, and you should be good to go after that. Even if you didn't have this little voltmeter thing, I would probably, at that point, I'd probably replace them. If the symptoms seem the same way as this, I would replace them. And it's not really that easy to change them out, but this is, if you see my other videos, I've changed them out plenty of times. And I've even changed out the 70-inch one, and that one was not easy at all. But hopefully I fixed it, and please don't hate on my little design here. This is just for trying to do it as quick as possible. But yeah, y'all take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking and comments.